record on the cloud. I think you all have to say yes, and you're appearing as black boxes, so you should be safe in terms of privacy. All right, so let's make it official that we're starting the class. Thanks everyone for meeting me on Zoom. And I hope those of you have emailed me with injuries, with fever, with some other health-related issues. I think we have at least one person with COVID. I hope you are feeling better. The exam is not until next Wednesday. And I'm considering to have an office hours on Tuesday evening. I'm not sure if it's appropriate because it's election day. So I'm gonna check with my department chair and just make an announcement about that. This is exam review part 2 for your class. Critical path management happens on exam 2. For the previous semester, just the spring 2020, it happened in exam 1. So to find a question and work with you on that question, I went to spring 2022. Exam 3, section 2. All right, so one person who can unmute. Dana, do you see? Am I still sharing my screen?
Yes.
Yes, okay, perfect. All right, so we're gonna work on this class. This is critical path management. Remember, it's on your exam 2. It's not on exam 2 of the previous semester, so don't get confused. The way things worked was different for this class versus the previous semester. So let's work on this. I give you a table of tasks and their dependencies and their duration. The first thing you want to do, if you want to create a network diagram, I'm hoping it's going to take less time because you're doing it using paper and pencil. Right now, those of you who just arrived, please note that in that big folder of all the exams, go to spring 2020, open exam 3, section 2. And that's what we're doing. We're just going to stay on critical path management questions. So you're going to create a network diagram, identify critical path. You're going to do early start, early finish, late start, late finish, and then you're going to answer a number of questions based on that. This is going to be a big question for your exam. After your earned value management, this is the second big question. There is not a lot of number crunching, but there is a lot of small details that you need to pay attention to when you draw your network diagram. So I'm going to do that and then ask you for questions, just making sure everybody is following. A is taking how many days, Lauren?
6.
Okay, I'm going to complete A. B, Dana, how many days?
4.
Where do is it connected to anything? No. All right, so let's go to C. How many days C is taking? Keegan?
Would that be 6 plus 7? Does it need A first?
No, it's just 7 here, duration.
Oh, it's just 7?
Yeah. Do you see that on the table?
Oh, we're just setting it up. Never mind. Sorry.
Exactly. It's from the table. I'm reading from the table. You're going to get a table like that on your exam. So 7, C depends on what, Keegan?
A.
A, exactly. So I'm going to put that arrow here. Perfect. I'm going to make the arrow orange. Or no, maybe I should keep the orange for the critical path. Next one, D. And this is by the order I see on my screen. So don't wonder why am I asking specific people in the specific order. It's just the way I see you on my screen. Carissa, D. What's the duration?
9.
9. What does it depend on?
B.
So I'm going to create that arrow. So I have to scroll down a little bit. I don't know how things show up on your side, but I hope it's not that bad. I'm going to move things a little bit higher. And I'm going to go to, so I have D. Next one is going to be E. I have E. What's the duration of E, Tyler?
4.
Yes. What does it depend on?
C and D.
C and D. So maybe I should move E here. So E here. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So E depends on C and D. Thanks, Tyler. And E. Okay, so we're gonna be on F, and Ishika, you're the next name on my screen. So tell me about F.
7.
7, what does it depend on?
D.
Yeah, so that's a good location actually. So I can just do the arrow here. So here I'm going to take it up because we're going to need that space. Thank you, Ishika. Jacob, you're the next one on my screen. Go ahead, please.
G takes a duration of 5 days and depends on E.
Depends on E. Thanks for reading that for me. Duration of how many days? 4?
5.
5. So 5 depends on E. So I know it can stay here. Perfect. All right, G, H. I have H here and I see JD Staten. Who is that?
It's me. It's Janicia. Sorry.
No, you're good. I just don't remember the ULIT.
Yeah, I don't know why it's saying that. I'm trying to change it.
No, you're good. You're good, Janicia. H, how many days? What does it depend on?
H has a duration of 3 and depends on F and D.
F and D. Okay, so I have to move it a little bit high. Maybe I move this to the left. Okay, good job, everyone, staying on the question with me and reading with me. It just, when I forgot the days we were all on Zoom, so it felt like I don't want to lose you or lose your attention. All right, perfect. So it was D and F. I would need some space here. D and F. Thank you, Janicia. All right. We have I, and I see Brandon. Yeah, Brandon, go ahead.
It would be 4 and then G.
I is 4, depends on G. Perfect. I think Sharon was before you. Sharon, go for J. Thank you, Brandon.
The duration is 5 and it depends on I and F.
Depends on I and F. So the network is not too bad. We can still see dependencies very nicely. Thank you, everyone, to help me create the network. This is the first step you're going to do, and this is a foundational step. If you do your network correctly, answering the rest of the questions, we'll have a higher chance of getting, you have the higher chance of getting them all correctly. So we have a network, first step, a biggest step class. Usually this has a higher point percentage for the question. We're going to do early start and early finish. So early start, it depends on what comes before. If you have multiple tasks before the current task, the early start would be this, the biggest of their early finish, because you have to wait for all of them and you have to see which one of them ends the latest. So you look at the early finish of what comes before the current task and you get the bigger number, the biggest number. And then that becomes your early start. Early finish is early start plus duration. So I'm going to just again do the same thing. Jacqueline, you're the first one. A, early start.
Would that be 0 because it doesn't depend on anything?
Absolutely perfect. I see Dustin next. B.
1,
B depends on nothing.
0.
Exactly, 0. Late, early finish. Why do I not have duration for this? Early finish. 0 plus duration. How much is that?
4.
Perfect. So Dustin, note here, and everyone in class, there is no dependency for B. So B and A can start on day 0, both of them. They don't need any work to be completed before they can start. Okay, I see Michaela next with a star. Michaela, give me early start for C. Here, anybody is writing in chat. Takes me a little bit time to see.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. Would it be 7?
So C depends on what?
A,
What is the day that A is completed?
6.
So that would be 6. And then what would be the earliest C can finish? 6 plus duration.
It would be plus 7, so then 13,
Exactly.
wouldn't it?
Yep. Good job. We're gonna go to D, and I see Lucas.
D is 4 for early start and 13 for early finish.
So where did you get the 4 from?
The 4 was because it's dependent on B, and that's as early as it can finish.
Exactly. So 4. Good job. 9, 13. 4 plus 9, 13. We're gonna go to E, and I see Dan's name. Just tell me early start for
F.
yeah, we're on E.
Oh, E.
E
13.
depends. What is that?
13.
Yes, depends on C and D. Both of them end on 13. So this one can start on 13. What's the early finish?
17.
Perfect. Thank you. Greg, it's you, and it's G. No, it's F. I'm sorry. Maybe we can come back to you for G. It's F. Greg.
Would it be can you hear me, by the way?
Yes, I can.
Would it be 13 since it relies on D, since that's D's
Yes.
early finish?
Exactly. F depends on D only. D finishes on 13. If there is only one, you get their early finish. Perfect. 13 plus 7, 20. Good job, Greg. We go to Benedict.
For G.
Yes. For
so
yes.
Wouldn't it be 13 as well?
G depends on E. G depends on E. What's the early finish?
17?
Perfect, perfect, Benedict. Make sure, because your eyes can jump over numbers. You just get their early finish. Perfect. 17 plus 5, 22. Good job.
22, yeah.
Nice. H, we're going one more round, class. Your name will be called again. Don't be surprised. Lauren, it's you again. H, please.
22.
H depends on.
Sorry, 13. 20. Oh my gosh.
No, it's hard to see everything. So it depends on D and F. And yes, you got it correctly. It's 20. 20 is for F, 13 is for D, and this one is the larger. Good job. Yeah, because you're looking at the network and I'm clicking, things are selected, so it's hard to see all the errors. I, Dana.
It would be 22 for the early start.
I depends on G. That's 22. Good job. And 26. J. Keegan, it's you.
It's a 20, ends at 21.
Sorry, I didn't hear you well.
Starts at 26 and ends at 31.
Thank you. 31. Perfect. Good job, everyone, doing the first round. Early start, early finish. And we're going to do the opposite one, late finish and late start. We're going to assume that we're going to end the project for 31 days. And remember, that's the minimum amount of days you need, minimum number of days you need to complete this project. So that's 31. We're going to set those numbers for late finish and late start of the last task. And then we're going to go back one task at a time. We identify late finish, looking at the late start of what comes after it, taking the smaller number, because that's the latest the task after this one can start, and your current task, that's the latest they can finish. So just before we do the scan, I'm going to switch let's see if I can go to the whiteboard. Just remembering that what we did, I'm gonna here close that. Keegan, do you see my whiteboard?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So when we scan from start to finish, that we just did, you're going to identify early start of this task based on the early finish of the ones before it, the ones that this one depends on. So you do look at the early finish of the ones after this one. And then you're going to get the larger number, because it means that you have to wait that long. So this one, maybe I should call it 2, 1, 3. And then you're going to get the biggest number. You're doing the max function. When we do the opposite direction, when we scan the network from finish to start, you look at this task and what comes after it. So maybe I should do it here. So you look at this task. No, you're good. So, and what comes after it? And you want to identify the late finish of this task. So note that when you do a scan from beginning to end, you identify early start based on early finish, what comes before. And then in this case, you identify late finish based on late start of the tasks that come after this one. So they work in the reverse, like, this one is setting early start. This one is setting late finish. This one looks at predecessors. The other one looks at successors. This one looks at the early finish of predecessors. This one looks at their late start. So you look at their late start and you get the smallest one. You look at work with the min function. Why? Because if there is a task, it needs you on, and the latest they can start is day 3. It means that, and then you have 5. The latest they can start is 5. The latest they can start is day 7. It means that your task, the latest they can finish is day 3, because this is the latest that one of your successor can start. So there is this opposite way of doing things, or I want you to just maybe add a note about this to your cheat card, or just try to make sense of it in your own way, so you don't confuse these two. Here, looking at early start, here looking at late finish, here looking at predecessors, here looking at successors. Here looking at the early finish, you're looking at the late start. So that note, I'm gonna with that note, I'm gonna go back to my file, to our file, and continue working on that. All right, class, I would go, I need your names again appearing at the top. All right, who was it? Keegan was the last one. Carissa, give me I. We're going backwards. Give me I. Late finish.
26.
Yes, because only J comes after it. You get the late start of that one and late finish of this one. Late start minus duration. Good job, Carissa. Tyler, I, it's H. Now H. Nothing depends on H, which is bad. So class, we have to change our network.
Yeah, I couldn't.
So just modify this network. Make I depend on H. Does that change anything else? No, make I depend on H. I think there is a break in our network. Make in this is the change I made. Yeah, okay. So this is make I, then the network is complete and it doesn't change up to this point. So I depends on H. What would be the late finish of H?
Is it 22?
Late finish of H. You should look at I. What's the latest start of I? Yep, you read it. Why is it smaller then? Is that? Did we make it? Oh, then this one, okay, we have to change a little bit. This one becomes 23. Right, class, a little bit of change here because the network had a breakdown. 27, if you follow this with me, we had a broken task, a broken link, so this one changes. I have to make sure the example you get is a good complete network. So then that would become 23. Tyler, did you follow the changes I made?
Yeah,
Can you
23.
pause for a second, please?
Yep, I will pause because it was a change. All right, so here, the change was that we made I depend on H, and because of that, the earliest start of I changed to 23 because I depends on H and G has a latest finish of 22. This one has a late finish of 23. So I'm gonna just show you what areas we changed from the original example. These numbers changed. So if you want to double check, make sure your numbers match mine. These are the numbers that we changed. And this is the link we added. I'm gonna make that yellow too, because we needed to make network logical. It wasn't logical.
So why wouldn't H be 23 and 26?
H would be what?
For late finish or late start and late finish it. Shouldn't it be 23 and 26?
23 and 26.
Based off I, which doesn't start till 23.
Yes. So what is, tell me what is the area of mistake? Just be more specific. Is these two
So I
numbers?
think, yeah, the late start should be 23 and the late finish should be 26 because I doesn't start till 23. So you can wait until
26
I need.
finish.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So you just cut yourself, you have you have until that day to complete. So 23 goes here. And then you have deduct the 3 days of duration, and that's the latest you can start. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got mixed.
You got the mix up. We are setting, when we go backwards, we set the late finish, and then late start becomes late finish minus duration. This is the latest H can finish. So class, we changed these numbers, we added this link, and then now I think everything else should be fine. Just so you know, we deviated from the original example, a link was missing. If you're okay, everyone is okay, we're gonna move to G. Lucas, are you good now?
Yeah.
Carissa, do you have it updated on your side?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
You're welcome. So G, late finish for G. Hopefully we don't have any other issues. Let me double check if everything else is okay. Who is that? Where were we? Tyler, did you just give me some numbers?
Yeah, I
Yes.
did H, but it was kind of messed up.
Oh no, it's good now. I
Yeah.
think every other part is okay, so we'll survive. Ishika, can you give me G, please? Late finish.
Is it 23?
Yep, because G depends. G has I coming after, and then I has the latest start of 23. You put that here, 23 minus 5. That's going to be 18. Good job. Good job reading that. G, F. I think F has two connections going out of it. So you have to read two numbers, and that's going to be Genesia.
Would it be 20?
20. So you're on F, yes. F depends on H and J. One of them has latest start of 27. One of them has latest start of 20. You get this a smaller number. Good job, Genesia. That's 20 minus 7. That's going to be 13. Perfect. Thank you. So I see, Greg, I see you have posted a question. If dependency in a task is blank, you can start it whenever you want. Yes, on day 0. If there are no dependency, it means you can start on day 0. And then if it's not critical, it means that you will have a slack and you can start it potentially later, but only if that's not critical. So it's not whenever you want to start, you start on day 0. If it's not critical, you may have a slack, and that slack gives you flexibility. All right, class, let's go to FG. G. I'm gonna close whatever is making that noise. And sorry about that. G is going to be Sharon. Give me, oh, we have done G already. E, F, G, E. E, Sharon.
Would it be 18 and then 14?
Yeah, so G comes after it. Latest start is 18, means that the latest this one can finish is 18. 18 minus 4, 14. Perfect, Jenny, Sharon, thank you. Brandon, you're next, and we're going to D.
Would that be 13 and 4?
Let me look. I have to look just like you. So D depends. D has E and H after it. H starts on latest start day 20. This one latest start on day. Does it have 3 things? Oh, what days did you say, Brandon?
13 and 4,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I might have skipped.
No, you're correct, because
good, okay.
D has F, H, and E coming after it as successors. This one is 13. This one is 20. This one is 14. You get the smallest one, and that's 13, and you did it correctly. Like for a second, I didn't see F. That depends on D. So you did very well. Nicely done. We're on C, and I see Jacqueline.
Would that be 4 or hold on? Because it depends on E. So then would it be 13?
You get this one.
Okay, so then 14
Latest
and then
start.
7.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. We're going to the D, Dustin. Yes, Dana. Did we make a mistake?
For D, for the late start, I think it should be
Oh,
4.
thank you. Good catch. Thank you so much. That's 13 minus 9, 4. Perfect. Thank you for notifying me. B, it's Dustin's turn.
It's gonna be 4 and 0.
Let me see. B has D after it. D has a late start of 4. This one late finish. Perfect. Yes. How about A? And that's going to be Michaela with a star. You have a star on your name appearing on the screen. I hope you don't mind me pronouncing it. Okay, so Michaela. A.
On A, correct?
Yes.
So then late start would be 7.
Exactly. That's C coming after it, late finish of 7, and late start 7 minus 6 is 1. Perfect, class. Very well done. I'm gonna do that. You're gonna do that with me on your paper and pencil example or on your Microsoft Word example. Just if you arrived late, this is spring 2020, exam 3, section 2. So you will find that on spring 2020. So I'm going to highlight the critical paths based on the tasks that have early start and late start, same numbers. So I'm going to do one at a time. And with that change that we made, remember we created this change. I'm going to highlight that we added H as a dependency for I, because our network was broken. We fixed that. So B, this one, I'm gonna just D, and let's do the next one. It's going to be F, and after FH, after HI, after IJ.
Do we have to do that on the exam?
Yeah, you can do squiggly lines around the circle. You can do put stars, or you can just spell the critical path for me here. Shade the nodes. You could just write here BDF. If you feel like I may not notice, or for some reason your network layout doesn't allow it to clearly show BDF HIJ. Does that make sense, Jacqueline?
Yeah.
Did you ask the question? Yes.
Oh no, that was me, Benedict.
Oh, I'm not good at voice recognition, like the artificial intelligence component of my brain for voice recognition is not perfect. BDF HIJ, BDF HIJ.
And why was it those letters?
Because their early start, early finish, early start, late start are the same numbers. When
Oh, okay.
numbers, it means that there is no slack. It means that they cannot be delayed. So you look at this pair, these two, early start and late start, or you look at the other two, it doesn't matter. So you compare the pairs, late finish, early finish, or late start, early start. If they're the same, they're critical. If they're not the same, there is a slack. For example, A has 1 day of a slack. Do you see that, Benedict?
Yeah.
So A has 1 day of a slack. C has 1 day of a slack. This one has 1 day. This one has 1 day. Let's read the questions. And it was, when did we stop? Who was Michaela? So Lucas, it's you. What's the minimum time to complete the project? Do you know that?
30
32, perfect. So you're gonna answer that question, class. I'm gonna post this part of this document for you along with the video link. Also, if you know some of your classmates are not here, I know we have a few illnesses in this class section. So just tell them to look at this one more time. And what's the next question? What's the Slack for task C? And Dan, it's you.
Is it 1?
C, yes, it's 1. The difference between early start and late start. Perfect. Slack is 1. I'm just going to keep that here. I think most of you know the logic where it comes from. If task G takes 1 day less than estimated, what effect would this have on completion time of the project and why? Let's look at task G, and this is your turn. Greg, G is non-critical. It's going to take 1 day less. What impact would it have on the whole project time?
Well, if it's not critical, wouldn't it not have any impact since it's not on the
Exactly.
critical path?
Exactly. So you would say the same. It's not critical, no impact. But so what if I asked really good answer, Greg, no impact because it's not critical. It's not critical. What if I asked Benedict, if task D takes 1 day less, what would that do to the completion time of the project?
It would have impact.
Yeah, it would expedite the project. Why? Because this is the meaning of critical path. Why is it so important for us to watch it? If anything on the critical path delayed, the whole project is delayed. If anything on the critical path is expedited, the whole project is expedited. That's why it's so important for us to do that. We do paper and pencil version here. Eventually, you're going to have a software tool showing you the critical path. If you're product owner, if the sponsors, they wanted you to deliver something faster, you can look at your critical path and say, oh, I can do this task faster if I throw some server power into it. If I have some extra bandwidth on the network to test something. So you add resources, you expedite a critical task, the whole project will be expedited. Also, this is a dynamic thing. So sometimes you expedite a critical path, but the critical path changes. It goes on another route. So there is a limit to what you can do. You can make this go faster, but if it's not critical path anymore, like after 10 days, the other path becomes critical, and so you have to work on the other path. Good work, class. Do you feel like you can do this on the exam? Yes, no, maybe so. You have a cheat card. What do you feel? Let me go back to Lauren. What do you feel about this question?
Can you repeat it, please?
What do you feel about the question? Do you think you can do it on the exam?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So just the rules. Feeling confident that you know the rules. What are the steps? Put some hints for yourself if you feel like you're gonna forget some of the details of how we did early start or late finish. So use your cheat card wisely, and I hope you're gonna be fine. So
And then how do you recommend we study for the multiple choice? Where should we study from that from?
Greg, there is a practice pool.
Okay.
Don't
Okay,
forget
so
that. Do you remember chapter 24?
Yeah.
Do you remember it's on ReggieNet? Do you see my page? Do you see my web page?
Yeah,
right?
I see it.
Let me show you.
Because I wanted to make sure I was looking at the right one because I was confusing it between the old exams and then.
No, all the exams in a multiple choice section or the first few sections, I don't take them from all the exams. So let me view it as a student. So this is chapter 24 of the book. So it's been downloaded for you here. But if you go back to your book, you want to see the book and read together with the book chapters, you can do that too. That's your 100 questions for that part.
Perfect.
So class, I'm gonna do one more earned value analysis with you. Is that good, or do you want me to do anything else? I'm gonna look at FA21. Is anybody having any ideas what we should do? I think earned value analysis doesn't hurt if we practice one more time. So FA21 section 2, or I can look at their exam. Yeah, I don't think we did. I think last time in your section we did a spring 2018. So this is new. I'm gonna go to exams for your semester, and this is done in section 2, section 1, section 1. So just so you know, some of you were absent. We did spring 2018 in class last time. In the other class section, I did FA17. Here with you, we're doing FA21. If anybody has any questions, if anybody wants to stop me. Otherwise, we're going to do earned value analysis together. Is that good? Yes? Let me ask Brandon, is that okay?
Yep, all good.
Okay, good.
Sorry.
Okay, good, Dana. Thank you. Yes.
For the exam that we worked on in class on Monday, are we not going over the very last one on it? Because we haven't learned it, correct?
Oh, wait, what was the last one?
The cumulative flow diagram.
Okay, can you share that with me, or I can find it? Was it spring 2018?
I think it was.
Exam 2. There is one exam 2. So here. Good reminder. Is this one?
Oh, yeah, that one, yes.
Okay, good. Good. So let's stay here. Read the question for a minute, and let's see what answers we can come up. Thank you, Dana. Anyone has any idea? That's one point. And one thing I will make an announcement on Friday. I have to tell you, everyone, that you're gonna get at least one question from your groups. So different groups will have a question related to the work they've done inside their group. From that question pool that you'll submit. All right, so I don't know where I stopped last time. I remember Michaela talked, Benedict talked, then request live transcription to be enabled. Sure. Nice, I didn't even know that feature existed.
Oops. Sorry, I hit that by accident. You don't have to. That's fine.
Really? Was it by accident? I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I was like scrolling through the bottom. I just tapped it. So sorry.
I don't know how to turn it off. But so where is that button?
For me, it's next to the record button.
Next to the record button. So you sure you want me to turn it off?
If you want to, I didn't mean to press it.
Okay.
Up to you.
Up to you. It doesn't bother me. It just goes at the bottom of my screen. So actually, that's a good thing in case anybody needs that. Some students may be in meetings and looking at me with no voice. So class, this question is trying to understand if this team knows what WIP limit is. work in progress limit. That's a foundational idea in agile projects, and the premise here is that you don't want to overwhelm your teams to putting so many items in work in progress column. So for you, it would be the doing column, the middle column. So the color band here for work in progress, Dana, because you asked it, I'm going to talk to you. Do you see the color band for work in progress or started?
Yes.
So do you feel like this team knows that they have to limit work in progress, or do you think they're still learning that topic?
I feel like they're still learning it.
Exactly, because they make it white. It's really wild here. Look, some of the weeks, they are making their work in progress very wide. And then toward the end, they realize that, yes, we have to make sure this is stable, this is limited. So the question, let's see what it asks you. Shows that, which one shows work in progress? So this one, the one in the middle, started. Examine the trend of WIP. So the trend is that it's getting wild at the beginning and very narrower and stable toward the end. Is it consistent with the WIP limit at the beginning? No, they make it very big, and toward the end, yes. So if you say something like that, like Dana said, it seems that they're still learning that WIP has to be limited. So something like that, and you know that I don't like long answers because I want precise and short. So in your own words, just explain this. They are having a wider color band showing a higher number of items in WIP. It means that they don't know that it has to be limited, but they get better toward the end. Very briefly explain that. Just say WIP limit, that's the key word. Understanding WIP limit, it has to be stable and it has to be narrow. All right, so I think over the years I've asked that question over and over again, and that I want you to see that, and that's, you see how many items are there depending on the width of the color band. Do you think that's good, Dana, for now?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for the reminder. All right, so class, here we have a number of questions. I think I can start with this one and then go to earned value analysis. I'm going to give you 1 minute to think about it. Just 1 minute. This is, just so you know, if you forgot, this is fall 2021, exam 2, section 2. So the name is at the top, 262 exam 2 FA21 S2. You can find it in that big folder. All right, let me double check if anyone has asked questions in the chat. No, I don't remember where I stopped. So I'm gonna just pick randomly. Brandon, question number 1.
Would it be January 11th?
All right, so time frame is experience scope expansion. Perfect, thank you. Everybody is able to see that. Ishika, are you able to see that?
Yeah, I can.
Perfect, so you're looking at the scope, the total effort, which is your scope. Good job. I'm gonna go with the name after Brandon. Jacqueline, this question, time frame during which the team is going faster than ideal burn-off.
Would that be the blue line on January 11th or the 13th?
Exactly, here, 11 or 13th. Let me put something. Good job. Dustin, are you able to see that? Making sure everybody is able to read. Yes?
Yeah.
Good, good. All right, so I'm gonna say, just put these. All right, perfect. That's 2, and this is 1. I will find a way to color code the questions as well, so you can see them later if you were reviewing them. So circle them. I would say avoid talking about days or dates, because I hate for you to read the wrong number. So if you circle it, then you know that it's correct. Circle a time frame during which the team is behind the schedule. I'm gonna ask Kayla, do you see where the team is behind the schedule? Michaela, do you see that? So I'm gonna say yellow arrow, or I can. Michaela, I'm waiting for you. If you want me to ask someone else, just let me know. I'm not hearing you. I don't know if there's something happened with my sound system. Are you talking?
No, I'm thinking here.
Oh, thinking. Okay, take your time. So this is 1. I'm gonna put something for 2. Right, I can ask someone else and then you can answer the next question. Yes, go ahead.
Would the for the faster than the ideal, would it be the first hump on the blue? Yeah, that one right there, the one you're currently moving.
So this is 2. So here is circle a time frame. I'm asking this question. Yes, you're on this question. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was the second one. Sorry.
Yeah, if you were asking the second question, that's correct. All right, so do you see where the team is behind? Let me ask. Yes, go ahead.
Maybe someone else. I don't know if I'm reading it right, honestly.
That's okay. Let's read that together. Lucas, are you able to help me? Yes.
Yeah, I think just what's below the yellow.
Exactly. So when it's burned up, and I think that's the reason we're a little bit confused as a class here, because this is the first time we're reading burn up. So when you are being your actual is under the ideal, it means that you're behind the schedule. So this time frame, this whole time frame, when blue is under yellow, you're behind. So all this. Why is that so? If you draw a vertical line and you see how it intersects, you see that the work that has been, so this whole time, when you draw a vertical line, you see that the work that you have completed under actual scenario is less than the work you wanted to complete under ideal scenario. So class, I don't want you to feel like it's something surprising if I give you burn down or burn up. Just use the same logic. Michaela, now are you able to see that now? Does it make sense to you now?
Yeah.
Okay, here we're behind and there we're ahead. All right, good job class. I think, do you want me to do anything else or can we do earned value analysis? What do you feel? I'm gonna ask someone to speak for the whole class. Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, we can go for it.
Okay, perfect. And for your class, you still have Monday. The other class, they're losing one day because of election. So I'm not too worried about your class because we can still answer some clarification question next week. Let's do earned value. What is EV? I'm going to start with you, Lauren. I lost track of where we were. What is EV, Lauren?
I mean, it means earning value.
Yeah. Give me the formula. Don't play with the words. Give me the formula for EV. And this is a formula most of you probably need to put on your cheat card. What is the formula? Do you remember anything? Yes?
Hold on, give me a second.
Sure.
Is it the plan value times percentage?
Exactly. Thank you.
Sorry, that took me so long.
No, it's like we're doing exam review, so it's good that we look at our notes. And this is a formula. We have cards that, you know, you can get the cards on Monday. So we started writing the cheat card. So you have the same size card that you can bring, and probably this is a formula most of you would need to put on your cheat card. Earned value is percentage complete times planned value. We're going to calculate that. Dana, you're the first one. Task 1, please.
It would be, sorry, let me pull my calculator out real fast.
That's good. So everyone, you need the calculator, or you can bring your phone, or you can use the computer calculator, but you cannot use your laptop's calculator.
It'd be 1,200.
1,200. Thank you, Dana. Keegan, you're next.
For task 2,
Yes, please.
3,500.
3,500. Yes, it's 100%. Good job. For task 3, I'm gonna go to Carissa.
2,400.
2,400. Let's look at it. Task 3. Yes, good job. We're gonna go to Tyler for task 4.
1,800.
1,800. Good job. Give me a total of earned value, Ishika.
8,900.
8,900. I'm gonna put that, just doing it quickly in my head. 6, 7. Yes, thank you. Genesia, can you give me a total for actual, please? This one doesn't have a total. We need that later.
I got 9,600.
9,600. Let me put that there. I'm gonna look at it quickly for Exactly. Good job. Sharon, can you give me the formula for cost variance?
It is earned value minus actual cost.
Perfect. I'm gonna put EV minus AC class. I hope you have the abbreviations noted in your cheat card. So EV minus AC, give me the first one, Brandon, please.
That would be negative 100.
Exactly. This one is over budget by $100. Jacqueline, next one, please.
Negative 300.
Negative 300 is over budget by 300. Thank you, Dustin. Next one, please.
Negative 100.
Negative 100 over budget by 100. Thanks, Michaela. Next one, please.
$200.
Minus 200. Just make sure those plus minuses, they matter. Thank you. Lucas, can you give me a total, please?
Total of cost variance with the,
Yes, please.
are we adding them up or is it gonna
Adding.
be the,
No, add them up. This is still addition.
okay, negative
Minus 700. Yes. Good job. So the first question is answered. Dan, can you answer that? Is the project currently over budget? Why? Can you answer that based on this number?
Yes, because it's negative.
Perfect. That's it. It's over budget because cost variance is negative. Or if it wasn't negative, if it was zero, on budget. If it was positive, under budget. Good job, class, doing this with me. Let's do schedule variance. What is a schedule variance? Who is here? Benedict. What's the formula for a schedule variance, Benedict?
Earned value minus would it be the plan?
Exactly. Good job. Nicely done. All right, let's go one more round. Lauren, coming back to you. Give me a schedule variance for the first time. First one. Excuse me. Schedule, excuse me, schedule variance for the first task. Lauren.
300.
12.
Right.
Minus 1500. So it's minus 300. Yes, good job. Good job. It's behind the schedule. The value of work not completed, 300. Perfect. Give me the schedule variance for the next one, Dana.
0.
0. So it's earned. Yep. You're on a schedule for this one. You're right. Keegan, next one.
Negative 600.
Negative 600. Perfect. Carissa, task 4, please.
Negative 200.
Negative 200. Nice. Give me a total, Tyler.
Negative 1100.
Perfect, thanks. And Ishika, do you remember the formula for CPI?
It's earned value divided by actual cost.
and value divided by AC. Nicely done. We're going to go to Genesia. Can you give me CPI for the first one, please?
Does it matter the decimal? Like how many
Just
decimals?
give me 2 decimal points, or 2 is good, I think, for this question.
Okay, I got a 0.92.
Perfect. Thank you, Genesia. And Sharon, next one, please. Earn divided by AC. So for the first task, every dollar you spend, you get 92 cents worth of work completed. Sharon, how about this one?
I got 0.92 again.
Really?
Yeah.
So 35 divided by 38.
Yeah, 0.92.
Okay, interesting. Brandon?
0.96.
0.96 for every dollar spent, you got 90 cents worth of work completed. Jacqueline, T4.
0.9.
0.9. Nicely done. And remember, this is a catch. Some of you were not in class on Monday. For overall CPI, you don't do the average, you don't add them up. This happens over and over again on the exams. You just get the total EV divided by total AC. Do not average those numbers. All right, so keep that in mind. That's, and maybe I should make it red because so many students mix this up on the exam. So give me that number, Dustin, which is 8,900 divided by 9,600. Do you have that, Dustin?
Yeah, it's 0.93.
0.93. Overall, this month we spent $1. We got 90 cents worth of work completed. Perfect. Michaela, do you remember the formula for SPI, please? Do you remember the formula for that, Michaela? I'm going to put it up here. So, and then everyone, let's see if you remember that. And I'm going to put the overall SPI formula here. That's going to be total.
I don't remember it. I'm trying to look it up and my computer is slow.
That's okay. That's okay. Make sure you have it on your cheat card and not you alone, everyone else, please. These formulas, I've seen them over and over again. I've used them. For you, first time, you forget them. And that's why you have the cheat card. I want you to understand the intuition, the logic, but I also understand that you need to get that written somewhere to use it. Okay, because you know SPI values are the same as the percent complete. I'm just going to put those numbers in. I'm not going to ask for your help. I'm still running to see if we can finish this question. But if not, I'll maybe stay and finish it on the video and then do it one more time.
It's earned value divided by planned value.
Perfect, perfect. Yes, we got that done. Overall SPI, Lucas, can you give me overall SPI?
Yeah, is it 0.9?
So it's going to be 8,900. So overall total EV 8,900 divided by total PV, and that's 0.89. You rounded, and that's good. That's okay. You should be fine if you round. So we have all these numbers. Now we're going to go to the next step, see what kind of questions we're answering. How much is the schedule variance for the first month? I'm gonna push that down. This part of the next question. How much is the schedule variance for the first month? Are you able to see that, Dan, on your side? Or if I scroll up on my side? Let's see. No, not control V, control enter. I mean the control enter. All right, so let's see if you see. And this one, you can go down. What is the schedule variance, Dan? Keep scrolling up and down. It's here. So you're behind a schedule, and that's the value of work not completed. Just read that total schedule variance. Class, I'm going to try to see if we can do this other part. Is if the problems, opportunities observed in the first month persist for the rest of the project. How much will the whole project cost? Show the calculations and steps. So let's see. If they persist, you have to use the CPI that you just calculated. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. And if you need to leave right at 150, I'll be okay with that, but I'm going to complete that. So when they say it persists, it means that you're gonna use CPI that you just calculated. If they say they disappear, it means that you're gonna use CPI at 1. So how much was the total amount of work to be completed? I'm on Benedict. Do you see that in the question? The total amount of work to be completed, how much was it for the project?
40,000.
Exactly. And this is for ETC. 40K, how much has been completed so far, Lauren? Coming back again at the start of the list. How much work have been completed so far? That's the total EV so far. How much is that? Are you able to see it? And yes, I'm not hearing you, Lauren. So that's the total EV so far.
So that'd be 8,900, right?
Exactly. And then you want to divide that value by CPI. So you're going to put 40K minus that number, 8,900 divided by 0.93. I would need someone to be a savior here. Calculate that value for us. And then we do EAC equals to ETC. I'm typing with one hand, copy using my other arm. So ETC plus total AC so far. All right, so anybody got the chance to calculate the first number? Dana, do you have it by chance?
Yes, it's 33,440.86.
440. So this is, if I put this, that's okay?
Yes, yes, yes.
Perfect. Or I should probably say 45 if I wanted to round up. Good job. So this is ETCs from now till the end of the project. You get that number, which is 33.45, and you add it to the money you have spent so far. Keegan, what is the money we've spent so far?
9,600.
Exactly, 9,600. And then that's going to be 93 is 42. Yes, 42. 43.05K, I think so. So that's going to be the total cost of the project, which is over what you had planned, which is 40K you wanted to spend. So the key idea here, put a note, star up there. If the problems persist, use the CPI that you calculated. If the problems disappear, use CPI as 1. That's all for today. I'll see you on Monday. If you have any questions between now and Monday, email me. Thanks, class, for working hard. And have a great weekend.
Thank you.